Agency in line with the T.H.E.M.E.S agenda of Governor Babajide Sanwo-Olu's administration. Do take a listen.
Here is another edition of T.H.E.M.E.S Agenda This week, a special report that focuses on the activities and achievements of the T.H.E.M.E.S Agenda of Lagos State Governor for tonight in its series. Building collapse in Nigeria in the last few years is a growing concern for investors and governments alike. Many of the documented cases of building collapse in the country are due to the use of defective or substandard materials, non-compliance to building codes and standard, use of non-professionals, and the high level of corruption in the construction industry. According to figures obtained from the Building Collapse Prevention and Guild, an advocacy group of built environment professionals, Lagos had the highest figure of 17 building collapses that occurred in Nigeria in 2019, accounting for 39.53% of the total number of collapsed buildings. However, the prompt intervention and strict enforcement by the Lagos State Building Control Agency (LAPSCA) in the last 2 years of Governor Babajide Sanwo-Olu's administration has seen a reduction in the numbers of collapsed buildings in the state. In today's special report on T.H.E.M.E.S Agenda This week, Zainab Adebeshin of our News and Current Affairs Department highlights the activities of the Lagos State Building Control Agency in line with the T.H.E.M.E.S agenda of Governor Babajide Sanwo-Olu's administration. The Lagos State Building Control Agency is an agency set up to ensure that basic minimum standards are maintained in building construction and renovation to ensure that existing and new buildings are safe, healthy, accessible, and habitable for present and future generations. The agency is governed by Lagos State Urban and Regional Planning and Development Law 2010, LASCA regulations, and the National Building Codes. The agency, under the Sanwo-Olu administration led by its General Manager Sanwo-Olu, has attended to many distress calls and worked together with developers and owners of buildings to provide a highly quality service and ensure that all building works are satisfactorily carried out. In the last 2 years of the present administration, the Lagos State Building Control Agency has worked closely with other government agencies such as Lagos State Emergency Management Agency (LASEMA), Lagos State Physical Planning Permit Authority (LASPA), among others. The Lagos State Building Control Agency is taking the bull by the horn by carrying out enforcement to ensure that all the physical planning laws of the state are adhered to. Also, to make its enforcement activities successful, the agency established offices in all the 20 local government and 37 local council development areas of the state. It has carried out enforcement in areas including Ikeja, Surulere, Lagos Island, and Limosho, Badagry, to mention a few. Recently, the agency carried out enforcement on illegal development and encroachment on government lands in Badagry Division, as some of the ongoing developments are in defiance of the state physical planning law. To stop further development of illegal structures in the area, a joint enforcement team of LASCA and Lagos State Physical Planning Permit Authority (LASPA), led by the General Manager of the agency Sanwo-Olu, embarked on a week-long enforcement by serving abatement notices and removal of illegal structures in the area. These include illegal building developments and indiscriminate siting of petroleum stations without approval and its attendant consequences. The Lagos State Building Control Agency has demolished over 15 distressed buildings across the state in the last 1 week. This is part of the agency's efforts to achieve the state's vision for zero tolerance for building collapse and haphazard development in the state. This includes the removal of a distressed two-floor structure at 12 Simbi Street, Shogule, Oshodi, Lagos. Others identified highly distressed structures were demolished at Ogunbole Street, Bariga, Father Onsi Street, Jeshatedu, Adedoyin Olushola Street, Bagada, Ailego Street, Ejigbo, Augustine Anozie Street, Lekki, and Breadfruit Street, Lagos. The buildings failed non-destructive structural integrity tests, while some were non-conforming buildings built on drainage channels before their demolition. administration, the Lagos State Building Control Agency has also identified and marked 70 noticeable dilapidated and highly distressed buildings within the state, which would be removed to further prevent building collapse that could lead to loss of lives and property. Speaking during the demolition of a partially collapsed structure at number 19 Church Street, Lagos Island, the general manager said 20 distressed structures were discovered in Lagos Island alone, but removal of the identified structures would follow due processes, which will include conducting a non-destructive test to verify if they were fit for human habitation or needed to have some renovation works on them. The agency also carried out non-destructive tests on government structures to show the commitment of the Sanwo-Olu administration to zero incidents of building collapse. In the last 2 years of Governor Sanwo-Olu's administration, the Lagos State Building Control Agency has demonstrated absolute zero tolerance for building collapse. Hence, all building codes and regulations within the state are still being strictly enforced. This includes the need for all buildings above 2 floors to obtain insurance as contained in the Building Regulations 2019 as amended. The general manager of the agency, Sanwo-Olu, warned building developers and owners to always involve LASCA in their construction projects by seeking authorization before commencing building, and to also invite the agency at every stage of construction, as well as obtain certificates of completion and fit for habitation once the construction is fully completed.
It's a very, very distressed building. My officer has been here to serve several notices, got an information that there was a partial collapse, and that is the reason why we are here in full force to do the needful. So hopefully by this building will be done, we are bringing in the big machine that is going to pull the building down. And we are going to go around to make sure that we check on all the other distressed buildings, and we do the needful to others too.
On the other hand, residents have the responsibility to assist the government in actualizing its objective of creating a safer Lagos by promptly reporting substandard building constructions and dilapidated structures within their locality for necessary actions. Lagos residents also shared their views on steps and roles of the state government in ensuring zero building collapse in the state.
They've been working so well, and for instance, the buildings that they feel that is not strong enough that can collapse anytime soon, so they will demolish it, and so far they've been good.
They should get more professionals who are into building technology to look for means of preventing the collapse of building.
They do proper assessment, the normal structural plan, and also there should be a body that monitor the kind of material they use in buying those, in building the houses.
There should be agency in charge of every building. They should, an individual too have work to do, but government should set agencies that will look at those houses. Some buildings are not up to standard. They will just use more of sand and less cement. So those quality materials, if there should be agencies that will check those stuff, at least to help to prevent this collapsing of buildings.
Lagos State Building Control Agency, so far so good. They are doing well. They are doing well, and
to monitor people that are building.
You should also have an insight of the materials being used, because this is Nigeria and everybody wants to play smart.
It is important to note that to adequately address the perennial building collapse in the state, there is a need for strict regulation and enforcement of existing laws on building construction. To this end, Lagos State government, through the Lagos State Building Control Agency, has continued to emphasize that building owners and developers should seek authorization from the agency before the commencement of construction, subject their buildings to structural integrity tests, and obtain all necessary building permits to make the state's buildings safe, secure, and habitable for a well-planned smart city status. This is where we draw the curtains on today's special report on T.H.E.M.E.S Agenda This Week, with focus on the activities of the Lagos State Building Control in line with T.H.E.M.E.S Agenda of Governor Babajide Sanwo-Olu's administration. For feedback, you can follow us on our social media platforms: Instagram, Lagos Traffic; Facebook, Lagos Traffic Radio 96.1 FM. On YouTube, subscribe to our channel, Lagos Traffic 961. You can download our app, Lagos Traffic Radio 96.1 FM from Play Store for more updates. This program is a production of Lagos Traffic Radio 96.1 FM. I am Abiola Fagbolagu.